that, if I remember correctly, that looks like San Jose. Let's go ahead and, if we can confirm that. And there's the shaking going on right there. Clearly, you can see it with the 7.9 quake, Michael, there in San Jose, or in Costa Rica, I should say.
Quite violent at times there. Yes, that's more of a dramatic image than the earlier picture. I suppose if somebody's outside on the ground holding the camera, you don't get the same impact that you do from that. That's extraordinary.
That is pretty impressive, and of course you would get some pretty violent shaking when you have a quake, a 7.9 quake across this region, and you can see, wow.
And if that is San Jose, how far is that from the epicenter then?
That would be about 150 kilometers, and the reason I'm assuming this is San Jose, we have not confirmed that. I don't know if we remove the banner real quick, we can see the name on the bottom there, but San Vito de Cotonou, so I don't know where that is in San Jose, in Costa Rica, but because of the buildings, I was saying it might be San Jose because of the larger buildings. Most of the other cities in Costa Rica don't have such high buildings there, but this is the area where the quake has occurred at 7.9 magnitude. It appears to have been about 20 kilometers deep, which would be not very deep and could have generated some significant shaking along these areas. If a tsunami would have been generated, it would have already been reaching the coastline right over here in the Nicoya Peninsula, and there is a tsunami warning according to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center for Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, and Peru. Again, we do not know if a tsunami was actually generated by the 7.9 quake, and this is as a precautionary measure. You need to also pay attention to what's happening locally, to your local agencies to see what they are actually issuing. Right. And again, there's a video of the shaking.
And Murray, also just seeing a wire report that Chile's Navy declaring a tsunami alert warning. Right. For that country's coastline, as well as we continue to look at these pictures, which we think are from San Jose. We're not entirely sure just yet, but we believe so. You know, we often talk about the depth of these earthquakes and the significance of that.
The depth is significant because, of course, and it depends on the geographic location, but generally speaking, when you have a strong quake or any type of earthquake, the closer it is to the surface, the more shaking you're going to feel. Let me give you an example. For example, let's say you have tremors that happen on a volcano or near a volcano. Those happen usually fairly close to the surface, so they can be magnitude 2 or 3 or 4 even, and people in the surrounding areas would feel it, and it would feel like pretty intense shaking because those are very shallow quakes right at the surface of the crust. In this case, we're talking about a quake that's somewhat deeper, about 20 kilometers deep, but that would still be considered relatively shallow as far as geology is concerned. So that is why you probably would have felt some significant shaking, as we saw from that video right there of the 7.9 quake off the northwest coast of Costa Rica.